Does your event need dependable and affordable security? You need Oklahoma security professionals. The owner, Charlia Gilbert, is a U.S. Marine veteran who understands security. She has put together a dedicated team. Go to oksecurityprofessionals.com or call Oklahoma Security Professionals at 918-440-8802. Your guardian angels are standing by and ready to serve.
Shit crazy. Smoke to get my mind right. Chillin'.
What's up, guys? Sergeant G here from the Stone Vet USMC, man. Happy Friday. The week is here. The weekend's finally made it. We made it through the week. Hopefully it wasn't too hard. If it was, hey, I'm here with you now. I got you 6. Like I always say, it's my tag out line, right? We're here to hang out and just enjoy, sit back, have a couple of drinks, and just enjoy the time and the camaraderie together without the headaches of Sergeant G telling me what I need to do, what I had to do this week. You guys remember what it was like when you had that damn sergeant over there saying, hey, you need to go do this, you need to go do that, and just riding your ass all week long until it got done, right? We stubborn as hell. We jawheads. If you guys are jawheads, you guys know how damn stubborn we can be. We can be very stubborn, Mm-hmm. But like I said, every Friday, man, I don't know about the other branches, but I know in the Corps, every Friday somebody was having a barbecue and everybody was getting together to have some drinks and have some good food, have some good eats together, I got the honor of bringing on Charlia. She's another jarhead, so she understands the lingo. She understands the stupidity and ignorance of the Corps. She understands me because I'm Sergeant G from the Stone Vet. What's going on, Charlia? Happy Friday to you.
Happy Friday,
man. It's been a hell of a week for me on my end. I got turned down for another job. I got kicked out of another promotion, and I'm just grinding it, trying to grind it, So I tell people, I work for the government. I still work for the government. I carried over my time so I could work for the government. I still got 9 years left so I can completely pop smoke and just retire and be done with it, Mm-hmm. But I like being able to bring all my brothers and sisters who start their own business after getting out of the Corps, just like yourself. Charlie here decided, well, I was in the Corps and I did some awesome things while I was in the Corps. Why not start my own security company? And the best part is, she's here in Oklahoma with me too. It's great, man. I've got great people. I got to tell you guys, Oklahoma's a great place to be, man. It's a good place to be. You got everything here. You got waterfalls, you got plains, man. I mean, you got taxes are super cheap. The cost of living super cheap. You can get your cannabis and you can carry your gun anywhere you want to go, and nobody's gonna tell you no. Because you are in Oklahoma, man. It's been crazy. Charlotte did some time. She said she did 2 stints in the Corps. She did. She had 2 rounds. She said she didn't have enough the first time she got out. She's like, I gotta come back in, man. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your story, Charlotte?
You can hear me okay?
I hear you.
Yeah. Like I told you earlier, I didn't want to leave the first time around. I was having the time of my life, and my husband at the time was like, oh no, we need to go do bigger and better things. And then, like I said earlier, 2 pregnancies and 1 divorce later, I'm back in the Marine Corps, 2001. So first stint was 1990 to 94, and then again from 2001 to 2010 until I broke myself so much so I wasn't competitive, or how did you have to be competitive enough and to get your seat, or you just kind of get passed over. And they tell me, you don't want to be passed over no more. Just take the medical, because we all know you did your best, and and I just couldn't keep up with these young bucks coming after me.
No, after a while, yeah, absolutely.
I recovered, but just I couldn't
keep going, right?
Oh, you're not, that's just.
No, it sucks. It sucks because it's true. Because that. It happens, dude. We get old. The older we get, the newer, younger Marines are coming in, right? They're coming in and trying to show us up. What do we know? We don't know nothing. You washed up or whatever. And it's tough, dude. The older you get, the harder it is to recover too. Whenever you get hurt, it takes a lot longer to recover from an incident. Whether you're out there running, that's what happened to me when I got back from Iraq the first time back in 2003. When I got back, we went for a freaking PT run, and I hit a pothole. I went down and I wasn't getting back up. I didn't get up. They put me at home for like 3 weeks because of the injury that caused me from hitting that damn pothole from running from just a PT run. And I was like, this is, and it takes some time. I mean, some of you guys who are still on active duty, you guys know exactly what we're talking about. You know the feeling. I feel for you guys that are still on active duty, man. I told my wife I would have stayed in. I'd be retiring this year if I would have stayed in.
I would have already been retired.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating because I was one of those hardcore people who pain, I really did believe it. Pain was weakness in the body, but actually in reality, pain was telling me to stop what the hell I was doing because I shouldn't be doing this anymore. And then 2 ruptured knees later and a back I didn't even know had been broken, and compound fractures, and then I have hernias. All this, I'm too frippin' stupid to go, hey, maybe that shouldn't hurt like that.
No shit, right?
But you know how they are. When he's like, Tylenol, ibuprofen,
That's right. Ibuprofen and water. Get the ibuprofen and water. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we all know about that. That's life. We are a giant ibuprofen, man. If you cut us open, you'd see how much ibuprofen was in our system.
It was vitamin M, is what we used to call it. Get out the
vitamin M. Absolutely. No, it's crazy, dude. I mean, especially, like you said, you did 2 stints. You said you got out and you came back in.
Mm-hmm.
And so
right after the 9/11, I knew then. I was like, what am I waiting for? I mean, I was just, me and about I don't know, tons of people did the same thing. We're like, a lot of people were enlisting, and I just knew right then and there. I said, now's the time. Now's to get back in there and get back into the swing of things, because I wasn't getting any younger.
Right.
So no. I don't regret anything. I miss the Marine Corps every day.
No, absolutely. That's what I tell people. That's what I tell people. I mean, because if you guys don't know, me and Charlotte, we were in pretty much the same time. I went in. My first time. I only did one time. I went in I started in January 2001, and I got out October 2009, and she was in from 2001 to 2010. So I mean, we were in during the same era, the same period. And that's what people ask me. They say, "You miss the Corps?" I said, "I don't miss the Corps. I miss my brothers and my sisters. That's what I miss. I miss them. I miss being able to go to work and see their faces every day. That's what I miss. I miss seeing their faces every day, finding out what they're struggling with, and just getting missions done. You got a task given to you. You knew what you had to do for the day. A lot of times now, man, I go to work now. So I don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing now. I just go to work. I just collect a paycheck. I finished my job. My job functions. It runs on its own. Mm-hmm. And now, what do I do now? I just sit around and wait for emails to come in and say, hey, something's broke with this. Okay, I'll fix it. And then it goes on about his day. But I mean, that's an everyday thing. And so that's what I try to tell people. I said, it's not so much the Corps that I miss. It's my brothers and my sisters that I miss. That's what I miss. Because when you get out, you get lonely. You know what I'm saying? That's the hard part, is that you get lonely, And so for yourself, you said you went in, you worked in corrections, is what you said, right?
Yes. Yeah, I loved it. I loved getting in there, and I loved law enforcement. I've been in law enforcement as long as I can remember. And let me go back a little bit. When you were talking about, when I got close to them telling me I had to come out, I can definitely relate to people who have issues not wanting to get out but getting out anyway. You fall into a little bit of a depression because you feel like you're not worth anything to anyone, because they said I was going through grief, like the stages of grief, knowing I was giving up something that was my lifestyle. I mean, I loved the Corps with every fiber that was in me. I loved everything about it. Just loved it. I mean, I knew in 9th grade that I was going to be a Marine. I mean, so you think about it that way. When you've got nothing but that in your mind, and then you get told, I'm sorry, but the Marine Corps can't use you anymore. I mean, it destroys you. I mean, literally, I was destroyed. So what it is you're good at, you want to do, and focus on that. Had I not gotten that advice, I can understand how some people get suicidal, because you do feel like you don't have a purpose anymore. You do feel like you're worthless. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I was like, I love law. I've been in law enforcement forever. That's all I know. It's all I'm good at. I'm good. I was a good sergeant. I mean, tell you, I could make full-grown men cry. And, but I was good at it. That was something I was really good at. So it took me a little bit to find my way. And then a few years later, after I got out of the Marine Corps, I tried civilian law enforcement, hated it, because unfortunately, men just don't think women can compare. We're weak. We can't do this. We can't do that. And if you're not in the Gold Boys Club, you're nothing, really. Right. So I was like, well, that's not going to fit too. And because of my disabilities, I wasn't really 100%. So I was like, well, that's not going to work. So I thought about long and hard. I said, I'll just do what I'm doing now.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Being a female, you guys know watching the show, the females in the military, dude, they have to work that much harder. They have to work that much harder to compete with us, because we can't be some sexist pigs that are just like, well, you a female, you can't be doing what I'm doing because I'm a man.
They exist.
I
didn't have that in the Marine Corps, but the civilian side, it's not the same. It's not the same. Then I was like, well, they tell me I was just too strong or I was an alpha, and there are other alphas who don't like that. So, and it's just an alpha. I'm like, well, what the heck does that mean?
Right.
But I would get told that a lot. And I was like, well, I'm sorry you feel that way. This is who I am. I'm a leader. I'm headstrong. I'm not afraid to tell you how I feel. I'm not afraid to be opinionated. And that really does. A lot of people don't like that. They're like, oh.
No, not at all. People don't like that. People don't like you being opinionated and telling you what you believe and how you feel and stuff like that. People don't like that. But
yeah,
I mean,
like, who is this?
Who is this crazy? What does she do? Who she think she is? Who she thinks she's talking to? Right?
Yeah. I'm hungry.
No, absolutely. So during your time in, did you get to travel anywhere, or were you one of those lucky Marines that only got stuck in one duty station?
I didn't get to go across overseas. I didn't get to deploy, which is really kind of depressing. So I figured since I wasn't gonna be able to deploy, I just did the next best thing, which was teach non-infantry Marines, how to survive in combat. So I got to do all the fun stuff that you would do if you were overseas. And to me, that was fun. I get to blow up stuff. And, to me, that was my favorite. Oh my God, I had so much fun blowing up stuff. The M240 golf.
Yeah.
And I would be really happy when a student could beat me. It's like, well, that's pretty impressive.
Right. Absolutely. That's what you need sometimes. What I'm saying, when you can train Marines, when you're able to train Marines to see them do good, you're like, I did my job. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
That was fulfilling for me. I knew I'd sent out a lot of Marines and made them a lot stronger because, what I've done for them.
Yeah, because those are the guys that are going across the pond. Those are guys that are actually going to have to use these things. What I'm saying? It's like, I'll make sure that I train you to be able to use these skills in situations that may require you to use them.
It made me a better Marine too. And even when you think about it, you don't really think about these things until much later in life. You're like, man, that kind of training kind of helped me now because I'm more situational aware of what's going on. I'm a people watcher, and when you're out and, doing land nav, or you're out and you've got all your Marines at different positions and you're always on the alert looking out, and kind of like the same thing. So those kind of things just kind of go with you, and, it made me a better person, a better leader today, because had I not had all those experiences. And it did take me some reflection from my counselors to tell me, you've taken more than you realize. You've learned a lot. You need to take it with you. You need to learn from it and apply it with where your heart lies. So it's like, well, my heart lied with being a Marine. Now my heart lies with doing what I'm doing right now. So I do give it 100%. And I absolutely love what I do. I love security.
Right.
And I love owning my own business.
Right. No, absolutely.
And I really, I kind of wanted to back out a little bit and just be behind, running the show, which is where I'm getting there. It takes time. The people who are really determined to make it work, they have to stick with it. I've been in business now since 17. Going about over 3 years now, but and it takes time. It takes time to grow, because my biggest thing is nobody knows who I am. Who's that?
Right. Absolutely.
You have to.
That's a big thing. That's a big thing with any entrepreneur starting their own business. Who are you? And what do you do? What can you provide me? So when you was in the Corps, you did your time. You didn't get to deploy, but you were there. So how was your transition out? How was your transition getting out of the Corps? How was that for you?
It was rough for me.
Was it rough? Because I talked to a lot of people that I bring on the show, and I always ask that. How was that transition? Did you get to go to TAPS class? Did they teach you anything in TAPS to get you ready to do what you're doing now?
And there were some things I did learn over time is it's like a cookie cutter. Not everything that they do is designed for everything you want to do.
Right.
Because they have a cookie cutter version, but then you got, okay, well, I want to do this. And that's a totally different thing than what they taught you. So I learned that really quick. It's like, well, that's great and all. I get the bare bones. Now what?
Right.
And it took me a few years to figure out what I was going to do because I was still trying to find out what I wanted to do. I mean, I had some ideas as well. At first, I wanted to be a lawyer, which part of me still kind of does. I've been to law school, got my law degree, have a master's in law, and I'm still, I said, well, I'm still young enough. I really wanted to go and get my go to the bar. I could,
Right.
I could study and do all those tests. So I did that at first, got my education, and then I was like, okay. And then later on is when my idea for agency came. I was like, well, you know what? I want to do this. This looks like something I can do. And I did all the research, went to CLEAT. Luckily, the Marine Corps paid for that too. So I got all my CLEAT taken care of, private investigator, security, the whole 9 yards. Found out this is really awesome, And then I knew it. I had no idea what it meant to run a business. I'm still learning. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's a lot to this.
Right. No, absolutely.
So I've joined with other agencies and made good friends with people who've done this a little bit longer, and they've really been helpful. So it's really nice. Don't be afraid to reach out to other people. Go, hey, I'm not quite sure what I'm doing here. Can you help? Most of the time people are like, oh, that's great.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, that's what you got. That's what you're supposed to do, is reach out to people and say, hey, I need some help. You think you can help me? You can assist me. That's why I do the show. So I tell you guys, I do the shows because us as veterans, we have to build our community around us, because nobody else is going to help us but our own people that understand us, understand where we're coming from in our walks of life, And so when you got out, in 2010. So you said in 2017 is when you started your business. So what did you do between that gap of 2010 and 2017 before you started?
I tried a couple different places and tried to do civilian law enforcement and realized that just wasn't going to fly. Totally different environment, totally different people. Just wasn't my thing. Then I tried a couple different things just to get me through. I tried some IT, just different things. Nothing really to brag about. And I just was miserable. And then I thought, well, maybe be a lawyer. And that's where I started dabbling into that and getting my law degree. And then the agency just kind of presented itself.
Oh, okay. And so you did that. So you're doing little odd and end jobs, just bringing in a little bit of money here and there, doing little things, trying to find who you were, right? I mean, that's what, but that's what, yeah, I helped you through school and stuff. And I think that's one of the struggles that as veterans that we have is when we get out of service, whatever branch you're in, when you get out, it's like, what the hell am I supposed to do now? Like, you ain't got Sergeant G over there telling you, hey, you need to be at work at this time. You be at work, be at PT at this time, be at work at this time, go to lunch at this time, come back from lunch at this time. This is when we getting off. And this is the plans for the weekend. If we're working on the weekends or not. You ain't got somebody telling you what to do anymore. And that's one of the biggest struggles that I try to tell people is that, what is your purpose, dude? You get out now. Now it's like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What's your purpose again? And that's where a lot of us, that's where the depression, the anxiety, and all the bullshit that we encountered while serving comes up and starts picking at our brains and start picking at us like, you're worthless. You can't do nothing. You don't know anything. This. But who do you have pushing you up, trying to help provide you guidance and trying to show you, hey, brother, I got something that might intrigue you. Let's see if we can get you going into something. Like you said yourself, you went 7 years trying to figure out what the hell you're going to do. And it takes time. It takes time. Don't get discouraged. It takes time to figure. Like me, I told my son's like, what do you want to do when you grow up? I said, I still don't know, dude. I'm almost 40 years old and I still don't know what I want to do. I do the show because this is my therapy session. I'm able to hang out with my brothers and my sisters, whoever I'm able to bring on this week, and get to shoot the crap with you guys. This is my therapy session. I love doing this with you guys, but because I get to meet new people I didn't even realize. It's like I tell you guys have to reach out to your community. Like I said, I didn't know Charlia was in Oklahoma. She's up north. She's up way north, up towards Tulsa area, Tulsa, Bartlesville area, and I'm down here in central Oklahoma, more Norman, Oklahoma City. That's where we're at, but we close within an hour's drive, a couple hours drive of each other, which is great, which is great for us because like I said, you have to build your community. How can I help you? How can I help promote your business? Like I tell you guys, I'm always looking for sponsors. So that I can promote your business. Cause that's what it's about. It's promoting each other and getting each other's names out there. So I can tell you guys, I don't have a lot of followers because then y'all hitting that daggum subscribe button. None of y'all hitting the subscribe button to say, hey, I'm subscribed, brother. I got you. I'm supporting you. I'm getting a lot of good downloads on my audio, though. You guys keep listening, man. I love that you guys are listening, especially if you're over there on iTunes. like I said, give me that 5-star review. Apparently that's supposed to help me with the algorithm so people can
Right,
find me and
that's
stuff.
what me too.
You know, and so that's what I tell you guys to get over there. You guys got to
I'm just
support.
like,
We're supposed to support each other. Is what we're supposed to be doing now. You know, we're supposed to get out there and we're supposed to help support each other's small business, because that's what a lot of us are. A lot of you guys that watch the show, a lot of great people that I bring on my show are entrepreneurs. These guys decided I got out of service and I got to do something, because 90% of us, we don't want to work for somebody else. We just don't. We don't like the idea of working for somebody else. Working for somebody else sucks. I'm doing it now and I hate it. I hate it every day that I have to wake up and go to work. And that's why I try to tell my son. I said, start your own business, dude. I said, you don't want to work for somebody because you're going to hate it. It's going to suck. You know, you guys being in service, you guys always work for somebody else. You had Sergeant G telling you what to do. You had Staff Sergeant so-and-so telling you what to do. Whatever the case it was, somebody was always telling you to do something. And when you got out, you're like, I ain't going to do that no more. I'm going to start my own thing. I'm going to do my own thing so that I can make money for myself, because at the end, the money you make is the money you earned, you know? And it's hard, especially with the small business. It's hard promoting yourself. It's hard getting your name out there, because a lot of people are like, who are you and what are you providing me? What kind of service can you provide me? And it's true, because it's hard. It's hard when you go and start your business and try, like, how do you go about marketing? How do you go about getting people to know who you are and what you're doing and what kind of services you're providing? I mean, some people get lucky and they hit the freaking gold mine, dude, and they're just freaking bringing it in. And I'm like, damn, like that, huh? And some people, it's just like, it's a little bit harder. It takes a little bit longer. Like you, Charlie, you say you've been doing this since 2017. You said, I'm still trying to get my name out there so people know who I am and what I'm doing. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your company, what you started in 2017?
I started at first. I started out as a sole proprietor, and it took me a little bit to think about the name, because the thing is about security, they have a bad reputation. And if you've ever gone to a mall and you see the mall, I call it the mall variety mall cop. And I'm like, well, that's one thing I didn't want to have. I didn't want to have people giggling at my officers. It's like, that's definitely going to be the first thing. Two, they have a bad reputation with local law enforcement, because some people, some agencies will just hire any old jackass off the street, some guy who couldn't quite get in cleat, so he's a wannabe cop, or you got your guys who are just don't care. So those are the two things, like, it's not going to happen, right? So I thought long and hard on my name, and I tossed around. I said, well, Oklahoma. It's definitely going to say Oklahoma. Then I said, well, it's definitely going to say Secuirty. I said, well, I'm only planning on hiring the top-notch people, and I want us to be professionals. So wham, bam, bam. Oklahoma Secuirty Professionals. It just laid it right out. It's like, there it is.
We would like to give a huge thanks to Rafa 180. Rafa 180 offers pure medicinal CBD and products made locally. They walk alongside individuals to achieve a healthy lifestyle with options needed by each person. You can learn more about them on Facebook at Rafa CBD, their website www.rafa180.com, or email at rafacbd@gmail.com. They truly believe your journey matters.
The eagle represents America, and the shield means, I'm going to protect. I'm here to protect you. So, it's just kind of all this little law enforcement thing. I kind of wanted it to kind of mesh. Now, 90% of my officers are law enforcement. They're either current law enforcement or retired, or they're reserve. The rest, I'm so sorry. The rest of them are the top security officers that you can get. I vet hard. I don't put, if they look like a slob when they come to your interview, 9 times out of 10, they're going to be a slob in your uniform. And it's like, nope. And I don't do it. I won't do that.
Right.
I'm very picky. So the good thing is, since 2017, I have built an excellent reputation. So much so that my local law enforcement support me.
Awesome.
They support me in many ways. One, they always have my back. Two, I have a lot of the officers who are like, I'll work for you. And let me tell you a little secret about law enforcement. A lot of them will not work for a security agency.
Oh, really?
They will not do. My guys, they do. And I'm so proud. I mean, it's an honor. It's a privilege. And I am proud to state that I do have, even lucky me, the chief of police. Well, he just not too long ago did something for me. He puts my shirt on. He wears it with pride. He supports me. I'm just like, I love you guys. I mean, I do, because that is the best thing a security agency could ever do, is earn the respect from the local law enforcement. Everybody there knows me. The sheriff's department knows me. I've all throughout these years, I was like, hey, you know, this is me. You know, this is what I do, and gotten to know everybody. Reached out to everybody. I've got some really good friends. I've made a lot of good friends out of this department. You know, but it, like I said, it takes time, and you have to be really persistent and say, look, I'm not like that guy down the road. You know, I support. Well, none of my guys are going to be wannabe cops. You know, so I'll get, well, what do you do? What did you not just read everything that just came? It'll be listed what the services I offer. Why are you hiring? I said, well, are you complete certified? They go, well, what's that? I'm like, oh my gosh. So that's painful. And that some of those things is painful, you know? And then after about 5 minutes of talking with them, I'm like, no.
No, but that's good. That's good that you are getting like that. Like your own local police departments are like, no, this is a good security team that's here, that's supporting you guys, you know, because that goes a long ways, especially with a lot of businesses that are like, well, we need security. And, you know, if a cop's like, well, I know somebody that's actually good at what they do, and they're going to provide you a good service, which is awesome, because I mean, then they're able to help support your business as well, saying, no, you need security. I know somebody that can help you with your security details that you need, because the cops can't be here all the time, you know? And so that's nice that the cops actually know who you are and get an understanding of who you are and what you're doing, you know? And
they're good people, you know.
That's good though. And then like you said, you got cops on your team. You have cops on your team that are either, you know, like you said, either reservists, or they actually serve, or they have served, you know, and that's what you want. I mean, because with your team, you need that professionalism. I mean, that's one of the biggest things they teach us in the Corps is professionalism. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't have that professionalism, then these people are carrying your name, your company's name. They're not carrying their name. They're carrying your company's name. And if they're making your company, if they're joking around,
right,
then it's going to make you look bad. You as the owner is going to make you look bad. You know?
They're an extension of me when they put my shirt on. And that,
right.
I told everybody, I wanted you to be like you're me. You know what I mean? Like, you know, how it's hard to explain. But
and that's
in the Marine Corps, you wouldn't embarrass your sergeant. You know, it's the same
absolutely.
thing.
But that's the hard part that we have to remember. Being being entrepreneurs, being owners of businesses and stuff, and when you actually have people working for you, that's one of the hardest things. Is that that's one thing we always stress. You know, you guys need to, because nobody's going to love your business more than you. You know, when it's your business, you're the only one that's going to love your business as much as you do. Other people are just there to collect a paycheck 90% of the time. You know, they don't have no pride. They're just like, it's a job, and I need to get paid so that I can pay my bills and stuff, you know? And so that is hard. I mean, that is hard. But with you, I mean, you hiring professionals, like you said, I'm the Oklahoma security professionals. You are hiring professional officers who have done this, who, like you said, are either CLEAT certified, or who have been officers, or who are still serving as police officers for the city, you know, or for the town. But I mean, that's what's doing good. I mean, with you being security, like who are you providing? Who's your biggest customer right now? Who's your biggest customer base for security that you're providing for?
Generally venues. I do have one convenience store, and the rest are venues. And then an occasional time I have the community center. You know, I'm still waiting for that one contract. I've got a couple that I'm waiting. I'm like in a waiting pattern. But you know, my thing is, and I'm not afraid to say it, so there are a lot of people who want all the security and not willing to pay a lot for it. And I try to remind them, it's like, look, you want security, you want an A, B, C, and D, you have to pay for A, B, C, and D insurance. Because not only do you have to pay liability, you have to pay workman's comp. I have although I'm out of my home still, I still have bills I have to pay. And You're getting the best security one can pay for. So there are a lot of times that people come behind me, other agencies, and I'm not going to mention the names, but well, I'll pay you, you know, I'll bid you 18 an hour or whatever, you know, something like that. And then you got to think about it. And one of my good friends who I'm actually working for right now, he's a good friend of mine. He says to me, just let them go to him. He goes, they're going to find out really quick that they get what they pay for. I was like, okay. Because then they'll be back later dialing your number going, can you come back and talk to me? I was like, hey, you just stay with where you're at. Do not waver. Do not budge. You say, look, you want this A, B, C, and D, and you've got to pay for A, B, C, and D. And I'm like, okay, I can do that. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. You want the top-notch professional, best you can get, then you have to be willing to pay for the best that you're going to get. Now, I'm not astronomically ridiculously expensive of the feeder either. You know what I mean? I am right where I feel I need to be. And in light of today's world where everybody thinks they need $15 to flip burgers, I'm like, no.
No, not at all. Not at all. No, you know what I'm saying? You do have to set your price. You have to set your price because you have to say, this is what I'm providing you. I still got to pay my bills. I still got a mortgage.
The gun. Yeah, they're putting the gun on. They're putting the badge on. They're putting their lives out there to protect you. I mean, granted, I'm still under that neat little umbrella, the law enforcement umbrella. We are underneath that umbrella. A lot of people don't really realize that. They're like, well, you're just security. I'm like, no, we're not just security.
Right now, because you guys are actually carrying guns. It's not like you guys are just carrying nightsticks. You guys are actually carrying guns, and you guys are, you guys are locked and loaded. And you're like, in case something happens, we are certified to be able to do this. We
are the protectors. They are the peacemakers. We're the protectors. I mean, we help prevent. We're proactive. Unfortunately, most law enforcement are reactive. So we try to help prevent things from happening. That's the whole point. We're here to keep things from happening.
Right.
And that's why I have to remind people all the time. Would you rather dial 911 and go, I'm being broken into, help me, they're shooting me, or have somebody there that's going to keep that from happening? I mean, you really have to think about it, especially in light of today's world. It's just, it's a scary world we live in.
It is. It's a very scary world we live in. I'm saying? Not a lot of people are prepared or prepped for the encountering anything like an active shooter event or being robbed. Yeah. Like you said, you guys, he's like, we don't bring peace. We're protectors. We protect. We're not here to provide peace. We're not here. So if somebody is breaking into your business, we're here to protect your business. That's what we're here to do. And that's what a lot of people forget to understand is like, yeah, I work security, but I'm security. I'm here to protect. I carry a pistol with me in case I feel my life is threatened. And if I'm here protecting your products, I'm here to protect your products. I'm not here to push people away. I'm here if I need to, if it comes down to it, I'm here to end life. When it comes down to it, I'm here to end life because I'm here to protect your property. That's what you're paying me to do, is to protect your property. And I think a lot of people have some hard understanding about that. You know what I'm saying? So like, oh, you're just a security guard. No, I'm a protector. I'm not just a security guard. I'm a protector. I'm here to protect your property.
Yeah, it's special. I mean, I have everything I did was well thought out. I mean, it took me a little bit of time. I didn't just slap it together and go, there it is. Everything has a meaning. Behind pride. I mean, now I've got a new car coming. I should be picking it up next week. I got my very first actual Crown Vic coming. It's been painted. I've got my logos. That took time. My Jeep, I just bought it. It's fully ready to go if I need to.
I seen the Jeep. The Jeep looks nice. I saw the Jeep. That's a nice Jeep.
That's my pride and joy right there. I was like, it's one of my bucket list vehicles. I've always wanted one. And my husband cracks me up. He goes, that's just another Harley, but with four wheels, because we have a Harley. We have Harleys too. I've done a lot of money on that car. And that Jeep, I was like, well, I don't care. I'm keeping that Jeep till the wheels fall off,
Right.
Yeah, and the Crown Vic will be the same way. I'm gonna get the windows tinted. I gotta get the modules changed, just little bitty things. But yeah, I mean, security agencies, especially one that I don't want mine to be like any other security agency. I want mine to be that one that goes bing, everybody goes, well, yeah, I know about her. She's great. She's this, she's that, and I want it to be that one that just stands out, because a lot of times you go through and you do a Google search, you go, who is that? Because I don't want it to be that, who's Oklahoma security professionals? I want to be, oh yeah, it's that girl. She's a Marine and does this and has done that. And, I want to be that one where people go to it and they know what they're paying for. They know what they're paying for. They know that they're not gonna they're paying for a good quality product. That's what you want, is for them to know, oh, I'm paying for a good quality product. This is why I pay so much for it, because I know my stuff ain't nothing gonna happen to my stuff. Yeah, and so far I've not had any complaints. I mean, everything I've done so far, people have been really, really happy. If anything, they're like, wow, she did more than that other guy did, you know, and because oh, that's what they do. I mean, if they're sleeping. I mean, I don't know.
Right. Well, are they sleeping? Are they not
Yeah.
protecting? Are they not standing on their shift? Or what do you have them doing to allow this to happen to your business? You know, because some of these businesses they get broke into, and you're like, yeah, I got a security company, but they were never here. I'm paying for what? What am I paying for? You know,
A one body. You know, that's like we are not just one bodies.
right.
You know, even when I do have my law enforcement work for me, they understand. They understand that the rule changes. And here's the thing: that a lot of people don't understand. Well, I'll just hire my local police department. Well, a lot of times they don't realize that they have to have permission. They have to have permission from the city. They have to have permission from the commissioner. They have to have permission in order to. And most of the people, like in the town I'm from, they want to work for me. They're like, nope, just give us a call. You know, we've got some people available. We'll run them out to you. Okay, you know. So that's the way it should be. You know, they're supposed to have somebody represent them, and they're not even supposed to be in police uniform because they're not acting in capacity of police. I mean, you got to think about it. They're working security. What are they going to do? Do law enforcement? I mean, it's just
right.
You think about it, it's kind of conflict of interest. You know, if you think about it.
Right.
I hire law enforcement. They are professional. They already know what they need to do. I don't have to worry about any of the riffraff either. What should I do? No, they know this is what I do. I had one gentleman, I'm not going to mention his name because God love him, he's new to the security area. He says, "So what do I do if I get put in a corner?" I'm like, first and foremost, don't get put in a corner. I mean, just don't get put in a corner. I mean, it's just these things that I get new and learning. I was just new to the security field. But you know, when I do consider people like that, they have to have that aura of that kind of command presence. Like, I'm here for a reason. Don't mess with me. You know, they have to have that.
Have to have that dominant feature when you walk in. People know, like, oh, don't screw with them. Don't screw with that guy. You know.
Please don't look at me. You know. No.
Right. So, and I think vast majority of us Marines, we have that feature. You walk in a room, people are like, oh shit, who's this guy? Who's this guy think he is?
They do that with me. They're like, my husband, God love him. He's a big teddy bear, but he looks mean. But you get to know him. He's fun. I'm like, you know, I walk in the room, they're just like, oh my God. And he's been in probation and parole, so he's retired doing that. But
absolutely, I know that's what my wife always says. She's like, every time you walk in a room, people are like, oh crap, who is this guy? Who's this guy think he is walking in this room like he owns the place? I was like, when you walk in a room, you're supposed to act like you own the place. Like, people will sit back and wonder, who is this guy? Like, he just walked in like he is the king crap, like he runs the show. I said, well, you have to, because if you don't, somebody else gonna walk in like that, and you're gonna be like, who are you, dude? Like, you know, I'm about to question you. What are you doing, and who are you? Like, why are you walking in this room like that? You know. But you, like I say, you gotta claim dominance early, quick, fast, in a hurry. You gotta claim that dominance. You know.
You do, or they'll eat you alive. I mean, I used to work at the Salvation Army in Tulsa, and the homeless shelter, and I worked there for about 2 years. And if you went in there looking all timid and scared, they'd eat you up.
They
eat you
up. Yeah.
You had. So I mean, they knew not to mess with me, and they, you know, and it's just all because of your persona. You have to come out like you don't mess with me.
No, absolutely, especially your team.
Right now.
Especially your team as security guard, your team of security guards, they have to be able to do that. Like you said, they have to claim dominance when they walk in a room, because I'm gonna put you somewhere and people are gonna have to know who you are and what you're doing. Because if not, if you look scared or intimidated, they're gonna do whatever they want to do, you know, with you there watching them do it, you know. And you're like, that's not what these people are paying me for. These people are not paying me to have a timid little person in the corner crying. Like you said, what if I get back in the corner? Don't get back in the corner.
Why would you? Don't be in the corner.
Don't get in the corner. Don't get in the corner. You know, that's a big thing. I mean, and like you said, so you've been doing this since 2017. Now it's 2021 now, and you're like, shit, I'm still struggling. I still have mouths I gotta feed, and I'm still trying to figure out how to get my name out there, right? But that's the biggest thing, right? How do I market myself? How do I market myself so people know who I am and what I'm doing? Have you had any success with that yet?
Well, I do what I know, like all the social media. I have a website. I have my Jeep. And believe it or not, my Jeep actually gets a lot of people look. I mean, it's just that neat. It has a neat look about it. People are like, oh, that's cool. You know, I get a lot of compliments on that. And now I'm going, talking with you and in this new group that you introduced me to, and just really just doing a lot of talking. And then I promote. I say, look, to people I do know, I was like, hey, I'm looking for people who are good at sales, people who like to market, and I'm willing to pay 5% per contract monthly for the life of that contract. If you give me a contract, you can get 5% a month during the life of that contract.
Wow, that's good. That is a good deal. 5% of the life of the contract, or somebody signs you a contract. That's a good deal. That's a very good deal.
It is a good deal. It would be for the life of that contract. Let's say I get a year contract. Well, guess what? You're getting a 5% commission every month for the life of that contract. And to me, I think that's a pretty good deal because some places don't give 5%.
Right.
So you say, okay, Charla, good. I got 5 people right now. Well, guess what? All 5 of those sign up, you get 5% per contract monthly. And that adds up. You know, it really does.
It really does. It really does add up fast and stuff like that. So like you say, you do venues and you do a couple other little things. Have you looked at so dispensaries are huge in Oklahoma now. Dispensaries are blown up. They're all over the freaking
I've tried.
And you said you travel, right? You travel, right? Does your team travel?
I can. I mean, I've got people all over Oklahoma. Like, I get people all the way over in Stillwater. I'm ready to work whenever you're ready. You got something? I'm like, well, I'm still trying to get something. You know, I got people all over that are just waiting. They're just waiting. You know, and I tell people all the time, well, you're out of Barnesville, so
right.
You know, that told me what. I mean, yeah, my agency is here, but I'm state certified through the whole state, and I want to expand. I'd like to have an office in Tulsa. I'd like to have an office in Stillwater. I'd like to have an office in Moore. You know, I would like to be able to grow so much so where I might have to travel from office to office to see how things are going. And that's my ultimate goal. I don't want to be, but here's the thing. I know there are some agencies, and again, I'm not going to mention names, who get to grow in the manner that I hope to. It's going to be very structured, well thought. And every place that I have a business and I have expansion to, are going to have the right amount of people, the right amount of professionals. You know, it's going to be like a tree. You know, you get your base, right? And then you got your branch. But every one of them is going to be grounded the way it should be with the main roots. And that's my goal. My goal is to be better than your run-of-the-mill agency that just, you know, grabs a contract and they just treat it. I've heard horror stories. So they get this contract, they got all these 10 contracts or whatever, and they treat all their clients like crap. I was like, well, I'm not going to do that. My clients are going to be treated with the utmost respect, you know, the very best that I can, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have a job. You know,
right? No, absolutely. And you got. I mean, that's the biggest thing, is understand the professionalism. Because I mean, even there's a lot of security companies out there that don't understand professionalism themselves. They're doing a job. It's a job. That's all they're doing. They don't understand.
And you can tell. And you hear complaints.
You know, and that's where you sweep in and say, well, let me tell you something. Yeah, I'm gonna charge you a little bit more because I got quality people that are doing this. I'm not going to treat you like crap like the company is currently treating you. I'm actually providing you a service that you're paying for. And you know, this is what I can do, and this is what I can provide for you. And guess what? You're going to deal with me. You're not dealing with so and so because the boss doesn't have time for you. You're going to be dealing with me. You know, and I'm the boss, I'm the owner, I'm the founder, I'm the CEO, I'm whatever you want to call me. I am the one that started this company. And if there's any issues, you come straight to me and I'll resolve the issues. Right. But you know what I'm saying? That's what a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people fail to understand. It's like, sometimes for us, you do got to pay a little bit more. You're going to pay a little bit more, but guess what? You're getting a lot better quality product is what you're getting from us. For especially us veterans, you guys that own small businesses, you guys know, you guys started your own business. Isn't it true? You charge a little bit more because you're getting a better quality product than over something from China or freaking wherever it's coming from, a big name that doesn't really have an understanding of what the job really entails, you know? And that's one of the things. And like you said, it's taking time. You're getting out there, it's taking time. But that's one of the things that with the small business, it takes time, because how much are you putting into it? You're gonna get out of it
All
what
of
you
it.
put into it, and
I've
that's one of
lost
the
years and
and that's one of the things. Like I said, there's a ton of dispensaries now. There's a ton of dispensaries that do need security, and especially like the big names here. Like, I mean, there's Okie Kush. They have a security guard there while during operating hours. And that's the biggest thing, because there are some shady dispensaries around that. You're like, you're in it, but you ain't bringing in money like some of these places are bringing in money. And those places that are bringing in money, you just have to go in there and you have to stand up there and say, hey, who's the manager? Who's the owner of this place? I want to talk to you because I want to tell you what I can provide you that these guys aren't providing you. I'm going to show you what type of service I can provide you that these guys aren't providing you. And just do it like that. I mean, it's hard, but that's what we have to do as veterans, as small business owners. Us veterans, we're stubborn as hell. We're going to walk in and let you know who we are, regardless of whatever branch you serve. That's how we are. We're going to tell you who we are, what we can do, and what we can provide you, you know. But that's something that we have to do, is just get our names out there, trying to get everything boosted and try to get everything up and running. You know what I'm saying? When you
I've
run,
been knocked down a few times, but you just gotta
you got to
get
get
right.
up.
Yeah.
You've been knocked down. Trust me. You've been in service. You've been punched in the mouth once or twice. Somebody's punched you in the mouth once or twice. What'd you do? You got back up and you went back at it again.
You have to.
That's life, man. It's like I tell you guys. I mean, our demons come out. Our demons attack us on a daily basis. Some more than not, some more than others. But when them demons come out, they're gonna punch you in the mouth. But what are you doing are you getting back up, or are you gonna let them keep punching you in the mouth?
And you grow, and yeah, and it makes you, if anything, it makes you more determined.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. It does. It makes you determined as hell. That's what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? You have to get back up. As I tell you guys, man, don't worry, man. Me, Sar, and G, yeah, my demons come out, dude, and it sucks when they come out, man. I'll have days where I'm just like, this fucking sucks. Like, I feel like shit. You know what I'm saying? I've been kicked in the nuts a couple of times, and I'm like, this just sucks, dude. Today just sucked, and that's one of the biggest things, is that what are you doing to find your purpose and find your drive again to defeat these demons that continue coming out? What are you doing to say, you know what? Not today. I'm done with you. I'm not dealing with you today. Are you building your community? Do you have somebody you can call and say, hey, dude, you got a minute to talk because today sucked and I'm hurting today. My demons.
I have several people.
And like Charlotte says, she's got plenty of people that she can pick up the phone and she can call, man. That's what you guys are supposed to be doing, is picking up the phone and calling people. I got Charlotte here. I got her on my phone now. I'll pick up the phone and say, hey girl, I'm hurting today. You got a minute to talk? Let me get this shit off my chest.
I said because the other day,
absolutely. She's already called me and said, I'm fucking pissed right now. What can we do to, and I'm like I said, if I don't know, I know somebody that does. If I don't know it, I can guarantee you I know somebody. You guys have seen all my shows. I've had a great people on my shows. I ain't up there with Travis Johnson or Richard Kaufman yet. But I'm bringing you guys on, my brothers and my sisters, who are doing amazing things for our brothers and sisters to see, hey, I want to start a business. I want to get into making plaques. I want to get into starting a security company. I want to get into this. I want to get into that. So you guys can reach out to each other and say, hey, I want to do this. How did you start this? How did you start your business? Because I want to start doing what you're doing in my area. Can you help me get started? Can you help me figure out how to start a business? Because that's the hard part, is understanding all the taxes and the states and all the rules and regulations that come involved with starting a business. It's hard, but this is why we build our community. This is why I tell you guys, hey, if I don't know it, I know somebody that does. I know somebody that may be able to help you out. And if they don't know, they know somebody. Because that's what's great about our veteran community, is that we all know somebody. We all know somebody that can help somebody else out. Because that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing, guys. When you let them demons start attacking you, who do you got to help you fight them? They say, hey, not today, dude. We ain't doing this today. That's the biggest struggle that we have, man. That's just a struggle that we deal with every day.
You know,
Yeah.
every day, especially being a small business owner, you get discouraged.
Oh yeah.
Like, fuck, I missed that contract. I didn't get that contract, or fuck, we came short this month, or whatever it was. You get pissed. It's hard. It's hard work. But serving this country was hard fucking work too, wasn't it?
Yes. And yet here I am.
And yeah, here we are. Here we are trying to figure it out, trying to work together, trying to get everything accomplished and set up so that we know, okay, I can do this. I got this. I'm not worried. I can get this going. And if I don't know it, I know who to reach out to so I can say, hey, I'm having some struggle with my business right now. This is what I'm trying to do. I mean, I got Frank. You guys saw Frank a couple weeks ago. He's trying to raise $75,000 to get his crayons ready to eat. I don't know if Charlotte, if you know Frank. Frank created crayons ready to eat. I got his episode. His episode just came out. You can check out Frank crayons ready to eat. He capitalized on it, dude. You guys always say Marines eat crayons. Marines eat crayons. So guess what? He capitalized on it. So he made crayons ready to eat. But he's trying to raise money for his business too. He has a $75,000 goal he has to meet so he can become FDA compliant and have a kitchen where he can make these amazing crayons ready to eat. But that's what he's doing. He says that's the biggest thing. Is like I tell you guys, every time I bring a guest on, whoever's needing help, I'm gonna put the information out there. And all the information how to get in contact. Yeah, that's what he calls them.
You should call them
CREs.
CREs.
That's what he calls them. CREs. Yeah, he calls them CREs. Crayons ready to eat is what he calls them. Like I tell you guys, in order to get in contact with any of my guests that I bring on the show, all their information is down there in that description box. How you can reach out to them, say, hey, I got a question for you. Hey, I think I got something that may be able to help you. You know, because that's what we're supposed to do, support each other each and every day. That's the biggest thing, is supporting our brothers and sisters, because nobody else is going to support us, man. You guys know that. Everywhere you go, I mean, 90% of the places we go to now, they say you a veteran. Yep, man. They look down at you like you ain't nobody, like you didn't do nothing. Like, oh, great, now we got a veteran here, or
Like,
whatever.
what
the
makes you
case
so
is.
special?
What makes you so special, right?
Yep.
You know, and it sucks, dude. It sucks because nobody's going to help us the way our brothers and our sisters can help us, man. You know, we're getting close to the end of the show, Charla. What you got left to say to these guys to help promote your business, help get the recognition that you need so people know who you are and what you're doing?
Well, go to my Facebook page. That's one thing. Share, like, all that good stuff. Another, you might see two. The one that's got the most recent activity is the one I'm using now because Facebook wouldn't give me back my other one. They're a bunch of jerks. But you'll know it when you see it. It's got my G. It's got all my stuff on it. So you'll go in there, share it, whatever you need to do. And then I also have a website. It's okay Secuirty. Goodness gracious. Securityprofessionals.com. Securityprofessionals.com. Go on there and, look it over. Go to Google, do a review, whatever you need to do on that way. And then if you do that for me, just kind of drop me a line, say, hey, I just did this for you. I'll go back and do the same thing for you. Just let me know who you are and what you've done, and I will return the favor. Yeah, I mean, by all means, get my name out there. Help me get my name out there. Let them know what I can do for them. If they want to know more, my information's all over Facebook. I mean, they can call me, email me, whatever they need to do, and I'll talk to them. And of course, if anybody has any questions and want to come work for me, I'm always looking for that.
There you go, guys.
Out there,
There you go, guys. Like I tell you guys, come to Oklahoma. You'll love it. I'm telling you, you will love it. And you get a job. Charlotte says she'll give you a job. she'll get you hooked right up coming out here to Oklahoma because you're going to be brand new. You'll be like, I don't know anything. I don't know anybody. Sergeant G's in Oklahoma. Charlotte's in Oklahoma. Lynn from VTT's in Oklahoma. There's a lot of people that you guys associate yourself with that are in Oklahoma, man. Like I said, you got a job. She says she got a job for you if you want to come out here and help her promote her business as well, man. Like I said, all that information on how to get in contact with Charlotte.
5% goes out.
Oh yeah, and then she said 5%. If you get her a contract, you get 5% of that contract for the life of that contract. So if you get her a 10-year contract, you're gonna get 5% for the next 10 years every month for the next 10 years, man. You can't beat that, man. That's free money. That's free money right there, man. But like I tell you guys,
open mouth and say,
and that's it. All you gotta do is say something. That's all you gotta do is go out there and help promote her business, promote her, help her grow, right? That's what we're supposed to do, is help each other grow. I'll have all of Charlotte's information down there in that description box down below. I have it all, how you can get in contact with her, how you can check out her products and what she's doing and what kind of products she's providing, man, and see why she charges what she charges. So you can be like, oh, this is legit crap. I can use this in my company, you know, guys, like I tell you, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Always smash that subscribe button so you know when you got new episodes coming out of Stone Vet USMC every Friday. You guys know I got my Wednesday episodes with Veteran Trash Talk. I'm glad I'm able to team up with them. Like I said, our whole goal, regardless if I'm with BTT or I'm here on the Stone Vet, is to reduce that 22 a day. I'm tired of seeing that 22 a day. You know, that when we see those numbers, it's sad because who are we not helping? Who have we failed? We're failing our own brothers and sisters, you know. Do we reach out and call people whenever we're in trouble? Nope, because we're stubborn as hell. We want to deal with it ourselves. But we need to start reaching out to each other and reach out and follow up with your brothers and sisters. If you haven't called them in a week, pick up that phone, give them a call, see how they're doing. I got to do it myself. I know, like I said, I got a wife and 7 kids in the house. And trust me, we all live our own lives. And we get distracted. But when you find a minute, call your brother, call your sister, say, hey, brother, I was thinking about you today, making sure you're doing okay. I want to see how you've been, how you doing. Because we're all going through shit. A lot of us are going through divorces. A lot of us are going through job loss. A lot of us are trying to figure out how we're going to pay the rent, how we're going to feed the kids. We need to let them know that, hey, we are here for them. We're here to take care of them. We're here to support them in each and any way that we can. You know, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me on this Friday. Hopefully it's able to get you through the weekend. Enjoy your weekend. The summer's here. Go out to the water hole or out to the ocean, wherever you're at, man. If you're out on the coast, go to the beach. If you're inland,
Happy Independence Day to everybody.
Absolutely. Go out
Safe.
and freaking enjoy the weather. Enjoy the time with your family, man. Remember, guys, here at the Stone Vet, we got you.
Still, when your life going down, grab a pound, smoke, chill, relax. It's Friday. You ain't got a job, we gon' get high today. Dark of the flesh, the deep of the roots, green of the weed. You know this true. Puff, puff, pass, trying to get high.